Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ReGen Invitational 3 quarterfinals. Whoa! Already here in the quarterfinals. This is the invitational bracket tonight. Number 1 Party Time. It's going to be up against number 8 Zirconium League. Talking about round number 1. If you tuned in, you caught both the matches these teams had in round number 1. Party Time knocked off the Nexus Cats 2-0, and Zirconium League knocked off Team Training Wheels 2-0. Here's that invitational bracket up on your screen right now. We are in this upper portion, that very top matchup here in round number 2. Number 1 Party Time versus number 8 Zirconium League. I'm here in the lobby with them right now, letting them know I'm ready to go. I know they're patiently awaiting me to be ready. Shadonis saying Zirconium League also ready to go. Just waiting to hear from Iki before we get started. I do want to welcome you guys all here to the stream and remind you we are here for a fantastic cause here during the ReGen Invitational 3. We're partnered up, us and the Nexus Gaming Series, partnered up with Military and Veteran Gamers nonprofit charity, raising money for the troops. So in the opening round, we smashed the donation goal, completely destroyed it. Completed it before day 4 even started, so we had to go back to the books and say, hey, let's make a stretch goal. And now we are 59% of the way through that goal. Every single donation you can make really goes a long way. So maybe you're watching this in the future of VOD. Head on over to mvgcharity.com/tip if you want to donate and help our cause. I'm going to send some care packages out to the troops. Those suffering with PTSD and depression. So it's a fantastic cause, and every dollar really does go a long way. So before we get started, I want to say thank you for all of you who have already contributed. And if you're considering, tonight could be the night for you to throw in some bucks for these troops. I think we're ready. Sorry, someone wasn't ready. Now we're ready. We're ready. Okay. So we're going. Game number 1. Let's talk about these bans really quick. It was Party Time winning the toss, opting for first hero pick here in map number 1. So Zirconium League banned away Sky Temple, passed on over to Party Time where they took away Cursed Hollow. The final ban for Zirconium was Tomb of the Spider Queen, and then the final ban for Party Time was Towers of Doom. Here we are, game number 1 on quite possibly my favorite map that has ever existed. You hate it. Maybe you hear the music going right now. Is that a little signal for you? We're going to be heading into Braxis Holdout for game number 1. Yes, I'm ready. Waiting to hear from Ekeb, I guess. I don't know. There we go. Game number 1, Braxis Holdout. So let me go back in the book a bit. Let's check out what happened in that round number 1. The match we had first was Party Time versus the Nexus Cats, and they took an early Deathwing in game number 1 and featured a couple different rosters, actually. We got to see an Abathur in game number 2 over on Infernal Shrines, and it was really that Deathwing comp on Tomb of the Spider Queen which led them to that 2-0 victory over the Cats. Checking back over for Zirconium League, their round 1 matchup was up against Team Training Wheels, and they put a lot of focus on the Sylvanas, drafting her in both games 1 and 2 on Volskaya Foundry and Dragonshire. A bit different of a map here, Braxis Holdout. You want those early game heroes. You definitely want some wave clear. And you want someone who can hold that top lane, dominate the lane for you, make sure that you always have control of that top beacon. So far, we've seen a few heroes taken away by Party Time. It's Rexar and Johanna. And over on the other side, we do see the ban of Zool from Zirconium League. A nice meta ban here, but do they get rid of Deathwing? No, they choose to get rid of Sylvanas instead, which is gonna leave the big boy up, and Ekeb wastes no time, less than a second. There's the lock-in on Deathwing. Quickly now back over to Zirconium League, and they have some choices of their own that they want. It's gonna be Leoric selected. As I'm catching up with these draft picks in my book, they also select a Jaina for that wave clear down in the bottom lane. Jaina, of course, bringing a lot of kill potential. Level 10, a couple options. Water Elemental and or the Ring of Frost. I guess you can't go and. That'd be way too strong. So just or. But we don't know which direction this Jaina might want to go. You see the Leoric, and it, to me, might signal that she has more flexibility in that choice. Locking in, perhaps, with those entombs from Leoric. But we do see a couple picks now from Party Time. They go with the Phoenix and Mal'Ganis. Phoenix is going to give them plenty of kill potential of their own now. Of course, it's going to be that steady auto attack damage. His bigger auto attack, that big orb that he can throw out, does do that splash damage, which means should be plenty of wave clear in the bottom lane for Party Time as well. And seeing the Mal'Ganis, I like this pick. It's point control. He's a big body. He can set up a lot of plays for Deathwing, especially. If he can get those sleeps out and those molten flames from the dragon can come out on top, can be a lot of damage. So looking strong so far as Party Time, and I'm curious now how the response is going to happen from Zirconium League. We still haven't seen the likes of Greymane show up in this draft. Will that be the final ban here from Party Time after we saw Anduin, the final ban from Zirconium League? And the final ban will not be Greymane. Instead, Party Time opting to ban away a support. It will be Ana. So those picks here, do they want the Greymane? They already lock in a Stukov. That's going to help lock down the Phoenix and the Mal'Ganis from their escape. And they want their tank now will be Garrosh, played by Benny Nord. Lulu, the one locking in the Stukov, has been doing a fantastic job throughout this offseason, keeping you Nexus Gaming Series fans happy. She's been our commissioner of the NGS Spam Tournament. Love having her participating here in the RGI 3. As we see our final two picks from Party Time locked in will be Ariel and Sergeant Hammer. Alright, you don't see Hammer every day. That's for damn sure. But on a map like Brax's Holdout, she actually works a lot better because it's so hard to gank here on this map. There's not a lot of ways to get behind the opposing team. So Hammer can stay out and feel pretty safe for most of it. So I like that final pick there for Party Time. Shoeman going to be playing the old Sergeant. And we do see the final pick locked in now for Zirconium League. And I like this. It's Falstad going to give them flexibility to help out that top lane with the flight that Tynea's Vein will be able to execute here on the bird. A lot of kill potential. I like the pick, but it is a double mage potentially. We'll see what kind of build Falstad wants to go into. But let me go and ask you guys here at home what you're thinking about this game number 1. Who will win game 1? Will it be Party Time or will it be Zirconium League? And just like that, the poll is open. Head on over to your chat on Twitch. Hit that drop down up at the top. Select the team you'd like to see win this game number 1 and make sure you hit submit. Those votes will display live here on stream. Try to keep an eye on them. I can pop this out here so I can actually keep an eye on them. And we want to wish our teams best of luck. This is the quarterfinals, as you can see right here. The quarterfinals of the ReGen Invitational 3. And welcome to game number 1, Braxis Holdout. Let's introduce our number 1 team here on the left-hand side in the blue. We got Party Time. It's Shoeman playing Sergeant Hammer. Ekey with that first pick, Deathwing. Bishop Mist going to play Mal'Ganis for us. Pokaflute on the Ariel. And up in the top lane, interesting solo lane, but I like it up against the Leoric. It's Sealy Man on Phoenix. Make some noise. They are Party Time. And here on the right-hand side in red, we got their competitors tonight, the number 8 seed here out of the invitational bracket. We got Benny Nord on the Garrosh. Lulu going to play Stukov. Tynea's Vein on the Falstad. Pet Wolverine on Jaina. And here in the top lane, of course, it's Leoric, played by the Captain Shadonis. Make some mother flippin' noise for the Zirconium League. I'm going to check out the action here in the bottom lane. Make sure we show you guys what these talents are at level 1. And I like the selection from the Deathwing. It's a pretty aggressive pickup. It's Incinerate damage. The Dragon Soul. Going to be able to heal himself and potentially have a bit more sustain in the lane. But we'll see what kind of damage can come out from this Jaina. They don't have much percent damage that they have access to. Of course, Falstad, I think, gets some later on. But here at level 1... this Deathwing is going to be breathing all sorts of fire. Already a great sleep there from Bishop Mist, but Tynea's Vein escaping 20% health. And it'll be Garrosh and Falstad both using their well taps there as Lulu trying to support the squad. Benny Nord going to walk back on into the flames of the dragon. He keeps standing sturdy at 75% health. as you see how dominant this wave clear is going to be early for them. The supporting that Ariel is going to be able to give to the Sergeant Hammer, and there's really no way so far that we've seen out of the Zirconium League to get on top of Shoeman. So I gotta say, the Sergeant Hammer pick already looking pretty good, although there's a great sleep from Stukov onto Bishop Mist, but barely able to get away as Mal'Ganis, as we see our first beacon activation is active, and it's Shadonis activating the top beacon for Zirconium League, winning this duel so far up against Phoenix. We'll see how this one shakes out as we continue the game, but want to make sure you see Deathwing dropping back in the action here down bottom, as a couple follows have come in. I don't know why my bot's not thanking you guys, but I do see here it was first from Angel Della Malta, and then Unavenged Hots following in as well. Appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out the ReGen Invitational 3. Great flip there from Garrosh, looking to find that Sergeant Hammer for the first time, but Mal'Ganis with a triple sleep into that Molten Flame from Deathwing. Has a lot of heroes on the side of Zirconium League feeling the fire right now, as this beacon still hasn't been gathered. Finally, we see walking over is Benny Nord, trying to get that for Zirconium League, as Leoric still holding on to the top. Tynea's Vein, 64 health, going to survive back behind the wall. Can Stukov get here? No, looks like Falstad going to go back to base, sitting very close to that wall, but does make it out. Checking out up top once again, it's Sealyman and Shadonis still battling, as we see level 4 is now grabbed for both teams. I like these for Phoenix. Going to have a bit more damage on the single target now with the Leoric here in the solo lane. And we miss a kill. The first blood of the game, and it doesn't belong to the team that you might have thought it would have gone to. It's Zirconium League picking up first blood. Mal'Ganis on his tush, with still in control down bottom here with the help of the Sergeant Hammer. Party Time holding steady. And plenty of big body up front from this Deathwing still. I like it. I'm going to be curious to see what kind of adjustments the Falstead might make. Perhaps here at level 7, going to go for a bit more distance on the Q to just be able to reach where Shoeman's able to set up on this Sergeant Hammer. And you do see Benny Nord as well playing this Garrosh, trying to get as far in as he can, but that time a great interrupt by Bishop Mist going to slow down the play for Zirconium League, and now a great stun. Benny Nord in trouble. One more flame from Deathwing might do it, but the armor from Garrosh too strong. Benny Nord gonna live as these beacon phases remain neutral. Up top, great work so far from Shadonis, holding this the entire time for Zirconium League. Sealyman having a very tough time, as Benny Nord able to walk on this point, and that's going to be our first channel of the game, and it's in favor of the Z League. Here comes E-Keep from one side, Bishop Mist from the other. Now Garrosh's going to have to start walking away, but a fantastic stun from Deathwing, and the pool right behind it. Now the Cataclysm as well. They get their first kill of the game onto Jaina, but I don't think they find much more here. They do regain control of that bottom beacon, but it's 26% channeled already by Zirconium League, as Garrosh potentially in trouble again. Walking in, does get a heal from his W. But does he get out? He does. Living on the edge is Benny Nord, and I like it. Well down bottom, and that could start changing things here. And also you do check out Sergeant Hammer at level 7, picking up that hover siege mode, going to give a bit more maneuverability for Shoeman, able to get into the ideal spots now to set up the damage, as Deathwing is going to fall back in from the sky. We do see Phoenix up top, finally working on gathering this beacon for Party Time, and now getting a lot of damage with that laser and these auto attacks onto Leoric. Shadonis has to back out, and now both beacons will be in possession of Party Time. Up top, Bishop Mist looking for some kills on that Mal'Ganis, not enough follow-up, as we're up to 20%. Leoric going to try to get back on the point after using that well tap. Sealyman in a little bit of trouble, going to warp around this wall a bit, but Shadonis still holding steady, now pushed off. Good laser beams from Sealyman again, now getting right back to work with this Arsenal synergy. Shadonis does land a Spooky Fist though, and when you can do that, you're able to push this Phoenix off the point. Great work from Shadonis once again, but Phoenix not giving up. Let's check out down bottom as the siege continuing here from Deathwing and company. That's going to be the first 4 to the game in favor of Party Time. Oh man, does he get out of this one? Here comes the Cataclysm again. Garrosh already using that Indomitable, but it's Jaina, the one caught behind. Second kill of the game for Party Time, as now maybe they can start looking to move around this map, grab a camp or two. Perhaps help out that Phoenix up top. Mal'Ganis still looking for kills, though. So, looks like my chat bot is not working. I'll try to fix that after this round. I do see a few of you hanging out in chat. Thanks for being here. Goliath is here. Rock Your World is here. And I'm missing some action in the bottom lane. And, still no level 10s. Almost there, though. Let's check out Jaina. She's at 7,300. It's about halfway on her Frostbite. Decent start there with that Q build for her. And we do see at level 1, Warbreaker has been completed by Garrosh. And that's Benny Nord playing the hero, grabbing a globe out in front of the wall as Deathwing still sending out a lot of damage, and especially this Sergeant Hammer as well. Here's level 10s. Will be BFG for Hammer, waiting on a few more selections from Party Time as Tynea's Vein is able to barrel roll back over the wall there on his Falstead. It's going to be Dark Conversion for Mal'Ganis. That's a risky one, and oh, Purification Salvo. I was thinking it might have been the Planet Cracker. But they find a kill, and that could mean they have enough room now to get this keep down. Bishop Mist still pressuring in. They are not worried about this objective in the least. There's Cataclysm once again from Ekeeb, and Pet Wolverine down to 50% health. Going to have to start pushing away this Deathwing. Oh, great job by Falstead. Says Mal'Ganis, you got to get out of here, man. You're dead. Now we're level 10. Time to play. What's going to come out from Jaina? It is the Water Elemental, but she hasn't thrown it out yet. Will she try to keep this Sergeant Hammer here? I would have thought so. But instead, they're just going to try to get some damage on Ekeeb. Able to walk away. Water Elemental has been thrown out, but it's not going to slow down a Deathwing. Ooh, up top, Sealy Man. 20% health, shield was down. We missed the fight, but it ends up going over to Phoenix. Bottom side, though, Garrosh able to walk on the point at a good time, and we're still going to be tied up here. 40% to 26%. Good flip there by Garrosh. Putting Mal'Ganis in a weird spot. Does get put inside that Crystal Aegis, and now the Felclaw's coming out. The sleep as well. Lulu playing the Stukov, surrounded by a few heroes, but might be able to walk away. Deathwing not the fastest hero in the game, and now a great gust coming out from Falstead. Gonna isolate out Mal'Ganis. Remember, he does have that Dark Conversion, and there it is. Coming out onto the Jaina. Pet Wolverine in trouble. There's the BFG, and it's a double kill for Shoeman. A fadeaway jump shot from Sergeant Hammer. Gonna set up a potential keep now for Party Time, and they had control of the beacon as well. Can they get it back in the top? Maybe. The keep's what they want, and the keep is what they get.
Red team's core is under attack.
Incredible play so far, and now almost level 13. There it is for PT. Looking fantastic. Deathwing gonna go up in the air, grab some plates, as Phoenix gonna rotate out of that top lane. Probably gonna send the 4-man up to the top now and completely rotate. Checking out the boss as well before they make their way up there. It's just Leoric alone in this lane. Falstead's gonna have it scouted out, throwing out a quick auto attack onto Sergeant Hammer there, as Deathwing falling down from the sky here in the top lane. It's Leoric able to get that spooky fist onto him, but oh my god, that is a lot of damage onto Leoric, barely able to survive behind the wall. Both beacons in possession of Party Time and about to cross the 80% mark. That's almost the point of no return, and it looks like it will be just that. Great Entomb, though. Deathwing in a rough spot, taking a lot of damage from this Water Elemental as well, but look at Sealy Man getting the laser beams out. Double kill for Phoenix, and coming at a great time. It's going to be a huge Zerg wave in the bottom lane for Party Time, and this keep is already down, so someone's going to have to respond. And that might be the response they need right there, getting the kill onto Mal'Ganis. 8-3 is the kill count. Let's check them out as we watch Zirconium League attempt to clear out this Zerg wave here in the bottom lane. Leoric back on his feet in the top. Here comes the 3-man push from Ariel, Phoenix, and Sergeant Hammer. Just Leoric in defense. Should mean a bit of damage, and here comes Deathwing as well. Now this is a big, heavy threat onto the fort. I don't know if there's anything Leoric's going to be able to do by himself. Does have that Entomb available, but until they get some friendly units up here to help him out, there's not going to be much slowing down this push from Party Time. Zergwave bottom lane almost destroyed as we do see that Cataclysm coming out. Ekib grabbing that reset cooldown on level 10 means now that that fort is down, Cataclysm is back up. This is a very aggressive play once again from Shadonis. Very low on health. Here's Lulu on the Stukov trying to support him. But how do they shut down this Sergeant Hammer? Shoeman just able to operate freely throughout most of this game, and with the Deathwing help, it's so hard to walk past anything here. So once again, it's another wall down, and just as final keep still standing for Zirconium League, Leoric in trouble, pops his unstoppable, but runs into the team instead of away from the team, ends up falling. 16s almost are here now. Great stun from Deathwing. Good lasers from Phoenix. Here's the Cataclysm trying to finish one off. Purification Salvo might do it. No, Garrosh does survive, but two do fall. Stukov and Falstead. As Party Time looking to close this game out now. It's going to be 20 plus seconds for two heroes, and that's two pretty key heroes as well as the Stukov. It's the Falstead. That's most of their damage and all of their supporting. Dark Conversion coming out onto Leoric while he does that. Entomb. And he will fall. What a pickup from Mal'Ganis, and they're gonna get Jaina as well. Ice Block trying to keep her alive. There's the taunt. Benny Nord as well, very low. Bishop is trying to get him, and they do. Another double kill on the back end of the play. Party Time on the core, but they're gonna do it without Phoenix now, as it's Falstead potentially saving the day here, but still a bit more work to do. Bottom lane catapults approaching as well. It's a two-wave push. And Sergeant Hammer says enough is enough, trying to get out of here now. 10 seconds till the Entomb is ready for Shadonis. So not going to be an easy way to hold them here. They do get the kill onto Sergeant Hammer. But do they risk working down this Mal'Ganis? Do they know the Dark Conversion's not available or not? Bishop Miss should get out. One more barrel roll, maybe? Oh my gosh, the W build from Falstead. Barely enough. Jaina's able to clear out that bottom lane, and here's a beacon phase at a great time for Z-League. Who's going to be heading onto that bottom beacon? We haven't seen anyone move that way yet. They want this boss first. And there goes Garrosh onto the bottom beacon. Phoenix nearby, but nothing he'll be able to do. This is a great power play now, and almost level 16 for Zirconium League. They have to get back up to the top lane where Deathwing has regained control of that top beacon. There's a good Entomb, and that's going to keep him locked in until that Cataclysm comes out. One final shot sent Ekib to 50 health, but Deathwing somehow able to survive. They got to deal with this boss, though. It's here in the bottom lane. Sealy Man's here. Shoeman's here. Both those men are trying to deal with this big boss, as we do see Leoric back onto the point for Zirconium League. Another good spot for them to try to take advantage of what they can when they can. But check out where the rest of the team is. Back here in base, clearing out some waves that might signal to be able to walk up. And there you do see Mal'Ganis, Ariel, and Hammer all working on this Leoric and this bottom beacon. They will regain control as Leoric falls. That's 15 kills now for Party Time. And now a party bush. Falstead flying in. Bishop missed, maybe in trouble. Still has that Dark Conversion. There's the taunt a bit early. Silence as well, and that will be a kill. A great silence from Stukov, setting that up from Lulu, but the response trying to come out now from Jaina. She has that water elemental out. A little help from Deathwing as well. Still no deaths. Lulu in trouble. Is there any sort of CC for Stukov? A little slow. I don't think it's enough. Phoenix now looking for it. Laser just out of range. And we have a disconnect. And we have a pause. So we're going to flip on over to the webcam scene. Now let me see if I can figure out why we are not connected here in the chat bot. It says I'm connected. Disconnect. Reconnect. Is it working? Disconnect. Reconnect. Maybe I just relaunch it. That'll probably work. Relaunch. Yeah, I'd like to get it working. I do have some commands set up for you guys tonight. I'll let you know when to type them, because if you type them now, it won't do anything. Still hanging out here during the break. I'll keep an eye on our captains to see if they're ready to go. It is 60% remaining on the core of Zirconium League currently. Let me send out a test. Test? Hey, hey! I think it's working now. Let me see Litterock here in chat says, hey, bud, how's it going? What else might I have missed? I think that's it. All right. I think we're all caught up. And we did just hear that they are ready to go. So we're going to get back on in here to our game. Ready. 3, 2, 1. And we're back in. And there is Mal'Ganis rejoining. Of course, still dead right now as Zirconium League needs to get to this beacon. No one walked that way yet. Shadona's going to try to get there, but too late.
Zergrush is technically smaller than the one headed for our enemy, but it's still an incoming Zergrush.
They're going to grab this bruiser camp to try to neutralize the catapults in the bottom lane as they make their last-ditch attempt to save this one here. Level 18 to level 17, it's a 1-level lead for party time, but the big thing is this big Zerg wave on the map, ready to push onto an empty lane, core exposed and down to 60% health already. This could be the end of game number 1 right here as Leoric going to take a lot of damage off the start. Still trying to back up is Zirconium League, and here comes the Cataclysm from Ekeeb, going to really pressure them now. The core is dropping its shielding as we speak. A lot of damage from that Cataclysm hitting so many members. They just couldn't move out of it. 2 heroes down. Make it 3. The shielding down as well. And game number 1, just like that, is going to be handed over to the number 1 seed. Party time. Let's check out our match summary brought to you by the Nexus Gaming Series and Military and Veteran Gamers. What a game number 1, and you gotta think about it during the draft. A Deathwing available, a Deathwing gonna get picked. No deaths for Ekeeb. He got very close to falling, but stayed alive the entire time. 4 kills and 64,000 hero damage, enough for first place here in game number 1. But I think I gotta credit the Sergeant Hammer pick more than anything. I thought that was really smart. Looked great and definitely gave them the advantage there in the bottom lane. Job well done by the number 1 seed. Party time. Let's take a look at this talent screen before we move on. Shadona's wanting first pick. Let me reach out to Ekeeb and see what map they want. Ekeeb, your map pick. So that was a good game 1. I liked it. The Leoric pick I thought was pretty good. It was a response for the Deathwing, but they never... I mean, I guess they did meet up. I can't say never, but they didn't have too many spots where the Leoric was positioned in the same lane as the Deathwing, so it doesn't get necessarily the same value, although I thought Shadonis did an outstanding job holding that top beacon for as long as he possibly could, especially that first objective, for such a long time that really kept Zirconium League in the match for a lot longer than maybe they would have otherwise been in. So the captain looked good. I think the team, maybe with a couple adjustments here in the draft, think about what those bans are going to be. Do they get rid of something like a Sergeant Hammer if they go onto a map where that might be something they want? We'll see. Let me reach out in-game to Ekeeb. Your map pick. We're going to take I think we'll just take a short break, right? We're going to take a very short, like 1-2 minute break. I'm going to make sure we get this lobby set up. We're going to run an advertisement for the Nexus Gaming Series Patreon. If you're not already a patron of the best #1 premier place to play amateur HOTS in North America, you're going to want to head on over to patreon.com/Heroes Nexus Gaming Series, I think. watch the ad. It's got the correct link. And I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. And welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned in here. Twitch.tv/MurderRG, bringing you the quarterfinals here in the invitational bracket of the ReGen Invitational 3. This is the number 1 seed Party Time up against the number 8 seed Zirconium League. If you would like to see our brackets, here it is. Or if you want to check it out for yourself, exclamation point bracket in chat. Also want to mention our fantastic charity once again. We're working with Military and Veteran Gamers, a non-profit charity working to support our veterans suffering from PTSD and depression. We're currently in our stretch goal, 59% through. You guys crushed our initial goal. Thank you so much for that. Really hoping we can contribute even further to this fantastic cause. So if you're at home, maybe a veteran in your family, it's close to your heart, check out our charity. It is mvgcharity.com/tip, or of course exclamation point donate in chat if you'd like more information. I think our teams are ready to go, so let me get back on over here. Oop, wrong button. Back on over here to our lobby, and I'll see if they're ready to go. And looks like they are, so I'm gonna start it up here. Game number 2, we're heading into Dragonshire. So map selection here from Zirconium League after picking that, map selection from Party Time. Zirconium League had that first map pick. It didn't work out for them. They had to ban out the Zool, had to ban out a Sylvanas, and it left open a Deathwing. So they think the hero pool, the meta right now, especially on a map here like Dragonshire, is going to play very similarly to how Brax's holdout went, with that top lane being so important. And you already saw game one, how the Leoric, it looked so good. It held that top lane for so long. So I think with a few adjustments here, Zirconium League could actually end up on top here with the draft. We'll see how it unfolds. Our game number 1, we did have a poll out for you guys, and 63% of you voted for Party Time to win that first game. We're seeing the Rexar banned out once again by them. And there is Daddy Deathwing wisely being taken away. Notable heroes still available, Sylvanas and Zool. In this game 1 ban was a Johanna. With her already taken away, it will be Zool now taken out by Party Time. And I think this will be the Sylvanas pick. No, they just want that top lane. They think Shadonis did such a great job. Let's keep it up. So Leoric locked in. Gonna leave now the Sylvanas available. Remember game 1, a bit off meta for party time. They had a Sergeant Hammer on Braxis holdout. So got to keep that in the back of your mind as well. 5 seconds for these first 2 picks. It's going to be a tank and a healer. ETC and Ana for party time. No time wasted. Here's a tank for Benny Nord. It's going to be... I think I was calling him Benny Nard. The O looked like an A for some reason. Benny Nord. Apologies to you, my friend. He'll be playing Diablo here in game 2. And Lulu stealing away the Oriole. Pokeflute playing the Oriole in game number 1. Crystal Aegis looked pretty good on a few occasions. Was able to keep Mal'Ganis alive, especially through some of those risky moments where he's having to use that Dark Conversion with low health. There is the ban on Sylvanas. I know Aura's out in chat right now. Sad face for you, Aura. We won't be seeing Sylvanas here in game 2, and we also won't be seeing any more Sergeant Hammer, as Zirconium League seemingly had enough of that. Picks number 3 and 4 now on the clock for party time. They get a great pick here for the top lane. It's going to be Malthael for Iki. Maybe even a double soak strat about to come out for them. Is this a Gul'dan? Yeah, it is a Gul'dan. This is certainly looking to be a 4-hero stack in the bottom lane, leaving Malthael able to rotate between mid and top. How will that play out? I like it so far. This Gul'dan is going to be so much wave clear, so much pressure on that bottom lane. You're going to need to see a response right here for Pet Wolverine and Tyneus Vayne. What will these heroes be? Picks 4 and 5 for Zirconium League. Vala and Valera, a double Val. Is that Valu? We'll find out. I do like the Oriole paired in with the Vala. It's going to have a nice battery for her. And Valera, a wild card pick here for Zirconium League. Will it pay off? Can be a playmaker. Final pick, though. Party time on the clock. And it will be Varian. Okay. So I got to go back to you guys and ask you once again what you are thinking. Game 1, remember, it was party time winning our poll. But we're going to ask you again, who will win game 2? Party time or Zirconium League? And the poll is open. Head on up to the top of your stream, hit that drop down, select the team you'd like to win, and don't forget to hit submit, because if you don't submit, we'll never know what you picked. You'll be able to see those votes live here on stream as they're coming in. I'm going to try to keep an eye on it myself, as I always forget to keep you guys updated. Already some votes coming in. Early voting, 75% in favor of party time. But not too late for you to vote. I think there's about 2.5 minutes left, so if you're here rooting for Zirconium League, let them know it. Show the support. I know Goliath was here cheering them on. Hopefully some more of you out there as well, as we are loaded into game number 2. Let's introduce this blue team first. We got Ekeb playing the Malthael, as we have a donation coming in. $10 from Wayne the Goblin. That's what matters here. Keep those donations coming in, folks. Really appreciate that, Wayne. It's Ekeb on the Malthael, Chest Clue on the ETC, Bishop Miss playing Varian, Pokeflute on the Ana, and Shoeman played that Sergeant Hammer oh so well in game 1. This time on the Gul'dan. Make some noise for party time. And here on the right, quickly, we got Pet Wolverine on that party train playing the Vala. Shadonis once again playing Janitor Leoric. Benny Nord on Diablo. We got Tyneus Vayne on Valera, and the queen of NGS spam herself, it's Lulu on the Oriole. Make some noise. They are Zirconium League. Good power slide there from Chest Clue, but Diablo says you are in tower range now, ETC, and First Blood very quickly belongs to the Zirconium League. maybe swaying your votes and still open for about another minute. We see Zirconium League now gathering 40% of the vote, a bit more than they had in game number 1. Might mean you guys are starting to have some faith at home in the Z League. Can they bring us to a game number 3? We're going to find out. Checking out this Varian build early. It's going to be Lion's Maw, so not quite a signal for a Twin Blade. Could just be the taunt. I think makes a bit more sense as we do see this Malthael trying to double soak, and a Shadonis already down to about 10% health. A lot of damage coming out from Ekeeb. Captain versus captain here in this top lane. You love to see it. Early camp started up by Bishop, Mist, and Shoeman. Pokeflute here as well in support as Chesclu going to walk on in, making sure no one can invade this camp. And just like that, first siege camp of the game does belong to Zirconium League. Do they venture to the other side of the map? They're going to find a big bad Diablo in their way if they do choose to go that direction, but it's going to be too late. Lulu going to grab the Siege Giants on the side of Zirconium League as our shrines are active. Bishop Mist already standing down bottom, in control for party time. And you already saw how good Ekeeb started off against this Leoric. A hell of a difference from game number 1 where they had that Phoenix playing up against Leoric. This time a bit different as we got another big donation coming in. $5 donated by Weenus. I don't know if you're here or perhaps watching over on Slexia's channel right now. She's also streaming some ReGen Invitational. So make sure you check out twitch.tv/Slexia if you want to check out OSD versus CPOGX Fan Club. Currently live. I think it started at 9:30, so game number 1 should be just starting. But Weenus, if you're here, thank you so much for that donation. Keeping the troops happy. You love to see it. Mid, it's Valeera in trouble and will fall. Lion's Maw stack once again from Varian. As Bishop Mist going to try to channel Leoric here in defense, but he's not going to be able to stand here too long. Ekeeb shredding through that health pool. Bishop Mist back on the point, and its first DK of the game coming 2 minutes and 40 seconds in favor of the number 1 seed Party Time. Bottom lane was looking pretty good as the DK here at mid throwing that Dragon's Breath out onto the wall. Leoric in trouble once again, trying to Wraith Walk out. Gets a heal from Ariel and will survive. There's the Hearth back to base, but this wall is destroyed, and the DK able to rotate down to the bottom now. Extra value, this bonus value out of the first objective already for Party Time. Our poll has ended, and you guys have a split decision out there. 50% going both ways here. That's exciting. Vala low, 60 health, has to vault out. Lulu now in trouble. Fantastic power slide from Chesclu. Gonna lock in the second kill, and now Leoric surrounded. Make it 3rd kill of the game for PT, and potential to work down this well, maybe some of this fort. There goes Ana throwing out some of her damage onto the well. Gul'dan, a couple more of these Fel Flames should do it, and there it goes. Well is down. Valeera standing here. ETC bumps into her, but didn't know what was going on. And she'll be able to get out. We do see the Colossus smash the selection from Varian. Didn't mention that yet, and picked up at level 7 will be Second Wind. Is going to be the multi-shot build for Vala. And this up and down runaround build for Malthael, looking to put a bit of extra damage onto heroes, seeing that Die Alone selected. That's going to work up against Leoric. And Massacre are going to help really apply some of that spread damage onto the wave. And Ekeeb, once again, will tune in here at mid, checking him out. Here comes the help of Varian, trying to chase down this Wraith-walking Leoric. And once again, Chesclu with the tip. Able to grab in another kill for Party Time. Make it 4 in this game already. 1 apiece for Malthael, ETC, Gul'dan, and Varian himself. Camp Invade, a bit of an aggressive play. The first aggression we've seen here out of either side. And it will be taken away. Well done by Party Time. So no camp available on the bottom side here. Going to have to defend that. Already in trouble on this bottom fort. Missing their wall. Missing their well. So another camp could be destruction onto this fort, and they're going to try to grab it here. This bottom lane bruiser camp started up by Party Time. Level 10 still not achieved. So here comes Benny Nord, going to be revealed by that Fel Flame. They have the entire squad here, but Lulu, see her on the top side of this fight, a bit split from the rest of the squad. Now Malthael coming from the top, and this could be trouble, especially if level 10s get locked in, and here they come. What's going to be picked up? It's going to be the Mosh Pit. We see the Horrify so far. Nothing selected from Malthael, maybe should, and it will be Last Rites. Does he find a target? Could be Diablo, and there it comes, and there goes Benny Nord, 6th kill of the game for Party Time, and now with a little bit of help from this Bruiser camp, looking to get through the first 4 of the game, and it's going to go down quickly. Maybe now able to move in onto this keep wall as well. No, they decide to back on out. I maybe would have liked to see a bit more aggression with the help of that Bruiser camp in the bottom lane, knowing you have that level 10 advantage. Still holding on to the Horrify, still having that Mosh Pit. It's a passive play here this time from Party Time, as Malthael able to regain control of that top side shrine. Shaddona's going to try to walk back on, but it's too late. Once again, back in the DK is Varian. Another nice power slide by Chessclue, trying to body block this Diablo. Good sleep from Ana. Benny Nord in a bit of trouble, has to use that well tap, but the big help from the Devil's Due at level 1, keeping Diablo alive with that extra healing provided at level 1. But you can heal up this fort. No Abathur in this game. Second one down of the game in favor of Party Time, as his DK now expired down to 20% health, quickly being drained out by Zirconium League. I don't know how much more value is left to grab, but they're going to try to find at least one more breath onto this wall. And there it is, as Valeera trying to finish out the remainder, and they will be able to onto that DK. They got to play defense, though, up against these Siege Giants, and level 13 just around the corner. Here comes Leoric on the top side flank. But what a dive on from Varian. That Colossus smash almost immediately. Now Vala on the backside, 100 health, has to vault away. Another potential huge siege opportunity for Party Time here in this bottom lane, just like we saw in game number 1. Early keeps were the name of that one on Brax's holdout. Looking for more here with a catapult and a Siege Giant. And they're going to start some damage off onto this keep already. Falling a bit low. They're going to try to chase on in onto this Gul'dan. They do find a great entomb onto ETC, but it expires with the help of that Horrify and a great power slide from Chessclue. Now Varian being slowed. Good face melt by ETC, going to keep him back. And with level 13s, I don't know how much further Zirconium League wants to push in, and here comes the response. ETC trying to mosh pit, but the silence is in. It's going to be put on a 10-second cooldown. Chessclue in trouble, but will be able to back on out. This is where Malthael can shine. Ekeep in on top of 5 heroes, spreading all of his dot damage out. They have to run away after the kill is in onto Valeera. I think that's her... It's her second time dying. I thought it was just the first. Second death of the game there for Valeera, as Party Time able to work on this enemy siege camp. No shrines active right now, so a bit of a silver lining for Zirconium League. They're going to be able to catch their breath, get back up to full strength. Likely not going to have level 13, though, as you see this push continue in the bottom lane. Another siege camp, another catapult, and even more damage coming out from this Gul'dan, who has completed Pursuit of Flame at level 1. It's going to give a bit of extra damage onto this Q, and that's what we keep seeing. These spell flames coming out from Gul'dan, slowly ticking away the health bar onto this keep. A few more should get the job done, but Gul'dan not quite able to get in range. There it finally goes, and here comes Leoric. A last-ditch attempt on the flank, says, nope, I'm out of here. Dynea Spain, I don't know how you did that. Able to teleport around and use that fantastic Valeera ability that I don't know the name of, but will it be enough? No, because Malthael once again is an absolute beast. I believe with the help of a nano boost that time. Triple kill for Party Time. Now moving on to the core. They don't care about the DK in this spot. They want to try to get the shielding down and close it out right here, right now. Leoric going to respawn in about 2 seconds, but only with the help of Vala and Valeera. No supporting, no tanking yet. Diablo and Oriel about to respawn, and here comes Oriel. Oh, but Valeera a little bit too soon to the party. And I think Party Time's about to be the ones having a celebration with ETC landing in that mosh pit. The core has enough poison on it, almost, to close it out. And there it goes. Party Time, the first team to punch their ticket to our Saturday semifinals and finals showdown. Congratulations to the number 1 seed. They take the domination over Zirconium League. And let's check out this match summary. Once again, brought to you by our fantastic partners, Nexus Gaming Series and Military and Veteran Gamers. Holy moly. Wow, did Party Time look good tonight? Brax's holdout, pretty dominant. And then here on Dragonshire, even more dominant. Shoeman, our MVP there in game number 2, 54,000 damage on the Gul'dan, 4 kills. Looked really great. You also have to credit Ekeep tonight, playing a hell of a game himself. The Malthael there in game 2, not dying, finding 6 kills on Dragonshire as we take a peek over at this talent screen. Looks like we have Pokeflute wanting to meet us up for a interview. See if I can get Pokeflute in here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And we do. Pokeflute joining us from the number 1 seed and first semi-finalist here in the event, Party Time. How are you and the team feeling?
I mean, we're feeling great right now. I feel like that was a great workout for us. And we got to, polish up some skills, kind of shake some of the rust off from the ending NGS season. So it's good all around. Yeah,
it was a bit of a curveball seeing the Braxis holdout come out in game number 1 from Zirconium League, and from the coin flip I was able to talk to Ekeep a bit, and of course Shadonis there during those festivities before the match started, and it seemed like Shadonis was trying to catch Ekeep a bit off guard with that selection. How'd the team respond to it heading into game number 1 with that draft?
We definitely, we were caught a little bit off guard too. We were thinking, Braxis, that's not a map we normally see often. This is something different. How are we going to have to organize for 2 lanes versus 3 lanes? Because the 2-lane map that's most commonly played elsewhere is Battlefield. And we were thinking, okay, this is a little bit different with the objective and everything. How are we going to split play? So I think it came down to picking a really strong offlaner and making sure that we had the offlane covered, and then, rotating well as 4 is really the key to those 2-lane maps.
Yeah, speaking of rotations and how that 4-man stack went, you guys have a Sergeant Hammer in the comp, and it seemed as though they just really couldn't do much against it. You saw Garrosh trying to move in with the Indomitable looking for the tosses, but it just didn't seem to ever happen, and then anytime it maybe was about to, you're right there with that Crystal Aegis keeping them alive. Talk about how the Sergeant Hammer ends up into the draft and how much of a difference that ended up making for you guys.
Sure. So Schumann, who played our Sergeant Hammer, is pretty confident on Hammer. He's got a really great BFG aim, and he, knows how to siege effectively. And part of what we were thinking about on Braxis is with the siege power of the Zerg is how do we amplify this? How do we ensure that we're pushing even when the Zerg wave is not actively pushing, to create this kind of snowball effect over the course of the match. So what we did when we picked Hammer was we knew that she was going to be vulnerable. And we talked about that. She's very easy to dive. If she's left unprotected, she's going to die. So we picked Deathwing mainly to kind of give her a huge body block.
That's why you picked Deathwing. I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so hopefully some of the Garrosh attempted stuns would be caught on Deathwing's Unstoppable.
That's very true.
Would kind of give her kind of a bigger window to get away if she needed to. And I think it ended up working.
Yeah, it definitely did. I really have to credit Shoeman a lot. The game 2 Gul'dan looked just as spectacular, but I want to credit the BFG selection and finding a few nice finishes, one of them being a double kill. Definitely a highlight reel moment there for Shoeman.
Oh, absolutely.
But let's quickly, before we let you go, let's talk a bit about game number 2. We headed into Dragonshire there. This was your team's map selection, so you guys must have felt confident after playing Braxis Holdout, knowing that you have a bit of a different strategy for a similar map in terms of holding on to those point control spots in the top and bottom lanes. Making the adjustment, though, you guys had the Phoenix in game 1 against Leoric. You move over to the Malthael. How much of a difference does that make, having Eki play that Malthael in game number 2?
Well, our Malthael and Anna is a combo that we've practiced a lot. So it's something that we know that we can fall back on, should something surprising come up or something different. And it's also kind of a comfort pick for us. And we also, along with that knowledge, we know that Malthael is a great can do a lot with dual soaking across 2 lanes. So kind of our strategy there was to push bot, remain in the 4-man and just siege constantly, and then have Malthael pick up the slack along the 2 other lanes and cap top when necessary. And we knew that he could win the fight against Leo. So then that way he would come and join us for team fights, and we would have that extra strength, but he's also capable of running around on his own and soaking that XP, which is really what we needed. And again, once you have that snowball effect come out, things become a lot easier.
No, I think you said it perfectly. The match went exactly as planned, 13-1 the final kill count there in game number 2. So you guys definitely had a strategy and you executed it to perfection. I actually enjoyed the variant. We didn't end up seeing the taunt. We didn't end up seeing the twin blades. It's Colossus Smash, and I think that actually made all of the difference for you guys. Able to do a lot of burst damage onto targets like Valera anytime Vala was stepping out, and we actually saw it used on Leoric a few times to success as well. Anything you want to say about the variant pick?
Well, we weren't sure about it at first. We thought that maybe Varian was going to have a difficult time. But I think once we, really looked at the Valera a little bit more and we saw what the potential was there for interrupts, it became very important that we had somebody that would be able to help the backline, because Anna and Gul'dan are very vulnerable to being dived. And we knew that if she was to jump in from a bush in the back, that, the 2 of us were going to be in trouble. We have very limited escapes between the 2 of us. So what we did was we gave Varian the Colossus Smash so that he could easily jump backwards onto Valera to prevent her from getting closer to us, in the event that one of us should be silenced or one of us can't get away. And it kind of gives us a little bit more mobility. It gives us more of a chance to get away. And it just, makes things easier for your backline, because we knew that was going to be difficult.
So congratulations again. You guys are reaching the semi-finals. Remember, taking place live on Saturday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. Have you guys had a chance to look ahead at the bracket, potentially facing up against either Roll1 Esports or Ban Cho? And who would you prefer to play against if you have taken a look at this?
That's usually up to Akib, so I haven't quite looked at it yet. But if Ban Cho doesn't really ban Cho, then, I think we have the advantage there.
I will say I got to cast their game 1 matchup, and their opponent did ban away the Cho in game number 1. So the meme is alive.
It's live and well.
Exactly. Pokeflute, once again, congrats. You're here on my stream. That means I have to give you the pleasure of having some time for some shout outs. The floor is yours, my friend.
Sure. So, I just want to say thank you for, to my entire team for putting up with me and carrying me constantly, and just putting up with my screaming in general. They are wonderful people, and I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to play with them.
Awesome. Well, make sure you say congratulations from me. Congratulations from all the viewers here. Well done tonight, and we're excited to see you guys on Saturday.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, wow, what a set. Party time, looking like a number 1 seed. I gotta say a big thank you to a bunch of you out there. Wayne dropping in $10. I saw Weenus throw out a 5 spot. A few follows. Wayne, of course, followed, and then we had Angel Della Malta and Unavenged Hots. You guys all hit the button tonight, and I appreciate you for it. Thanks for keeping this channel alive and kicking. I want to make sure you guys know about Nexus Gaming Series. If you want to find out more information about them, head on over to nexusgamingseries.org. Season 9 is just around the corner, so you definitely want to make sure you're tuned in, have all the proper channels followed, and follow the action over on our Discord. Also want to make mention once again of our fantastic charity and partner, Military and Veteran Gamers. They're working with our veterans, sending them care packages, help them out. Anyone suffering with PTSD and depression, it goes a long way with making these troops have a brighter day, especially in these times right now. You guys can really make a difference in their lives. So I appreciate everyone helping us reach 60% of this donation goal already. This is the stretch goal. You guys 100% of the last goal. So you guys have all the credit for that. Let's do it again. 40% away from making this happen. You guys are incredible. I will be back tomorrow night, where we will be casting some more invitational bracket. It's 8:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff ReGen Phoenix versus House of Ches. You definitely don't want to miss that, as the number 2 seed kicks off against the number 10 seed. A good upset for House of Ches in that opening round. They're looking really good. Make sure you hit the follow button before you go, and make sure you stop on in over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Help me reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. Would really make me very happy. So go there, hit the button. And if you're watching this VOD right now on YouTube, don't leave the page until you hit subscribe. I love you guys. You're incredible. Thank you for watching the ReGen Invitational 3. Congratulations tonight to Party Time. And I will see you guys tomorrow for ReGen Phoenix versus House of Ches.